Here we go.
Good.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Getting things started. We're early today. It's awesome. We're never early. 7:17. And it is a Wednesday. That means we got Big Mike Bance broadcasting from home this morning. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. Yeah, now we got to fill an extra 3 minutes.
That's right. So how are we going to do that? I got a couple stories to tell. All right.
Okay.
And then we got Michelle, who we were all blabbing off mic, and luckily she got us all hooked up. Don't forget, since we were messing up, to get us live on Facebook and YouTube and the website there, Michelle. And a round of applause for keeping an eye on the old man.
I did get us started on there. That's why I had to cut you off, because I was getting ready to hit the buttons.
All right. Those darn buttons. All right. Everybody doing good this morning? Michelle, you doing okay? We missed you yesterday.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm just really tired of my car.
You had a flat tire.
I have a flat tire in that thing like every other week.
My mom used to make some German food, and we used to, I don't know what they were really called, but we always called them flat tires.
Yeah, I need to get...
Well, that sounds appetizing.
Yeah.
It's because they were squishy and they were doughy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to get some gravel laid or something where I park or something. I don't know. But, I mean...
Yeah, well, that's one of those things that I've always been adamant about is always having good tires on my vehicles, because I hated in high school. I had to change a flat about every other week.
Ooh, you know, I don't think I've ever, I don't want to say it because then it'll happen, right?
Right.
But I don't think I've ever had to change one on the side of the road.
Oh, really?
It's not fun.
And I'm old.
Yeah.
Well, my tires are brand new. They're just not mountain worthy, I guess.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Do you have a bunch of that shale like there is when you go up to the tower site?
Yeah, every time they grade the road, I get a flat. Sometimes I get two.
So I was having the same problem with the tower, and I was talking to Carl down at God-Fearing Brothers, and he had suggested some like soft rubber tires. So I got one with like, I don't know, like a lot of meat on the tires, so good for mud and that kind of stuff.
Right.
They were super soft tires, and it was funny because I follow the tower guys up a lot of times, and they'll blow a tire in their big four-wheeler, and I just drive around them in my little tracker and keep going. See you at the top, boys.
Well,
That's
I'm gonna have to go talk to them.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go talk to them because I've been talking to
tires,
the place where I got the tires from, and they're like telling me that there's nothing else they can put on my car, and I'm like, I think you're lying.
Oh.
And I think you're lying.
Oh no! We suck again.
Yeah. Like I've seen.
Yeah, well, old school, you would just go to a higher hardness of the tire. So like 4-ply to 6-ply, 6-ply to 8-ply, 8-ply to 10-ply.
Right. For some reason, they're telling me that there's not any tires like that for my car style, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've seen people where I live running around in a Geo Metro that want truck tires, so you can't tell me that.
Well, I was going to tell you to keep the Ferrari parked.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Did you guys have anything good over the weekend?
Good over the weekend.
No.
Well, they, as far as the community goes, they had the Children's Art Festival on the 16th and 17th.
That's right.
And they had beautiful weather, and both times I drove by, you couldn't find a parking spot.
Oh, good.
So it went over really, really well.
Nice. We've got that makes me miss Chautauqua. And we've got a Chautauqua celebration here in Lincoln starting tomorroa.
Oh,
really?
cool.
Is it called Chautauqua?
No, it's called Loon Days because they have a lake where the town sets on a lake. It's kind of more of a river, but it's called Loon Days, and at the very center in the heart of town, there's like a gazebo where they'll do live music and stuff, and there is a giant, I don't know what it's made out of, cement loon.
Loon like the bird, right?
Like yes.
Okay.
Not like you.
Well,
So,
I was thinking it's close to Canada, so don't they call their coins loons?
yeah, loonies. Yep.
Loonies, yeah.
Yep. Yep. All right. And then this past weekend, I went and seen the new Thor movie.
Okay.
Okay, so I won't try to do too many spoilers. It was a little cheesy, which kind of surprised me. I mean, you have to it's a Marvel movie, so there's going to be some outlandish things in it. But there was a lot of cheese and a lot of attempted jokes, and some of them were good, and some of them kind of left you scratching your head. Like, I'm kind of embarrassed I watched that. But
yeah, but don't you notice that when they got these serial type movies, one after another, they just get cheesier and cheesier and cheesier.
Yes.
They're just trying to suck the money out of you.
The coolest thing they had in this is at a point in the beginning of the movie, and this is a spoiler, somebody gifts him 2 giant yaks. And the yaks stay with them through the whole movie. I mean, at one point they even join the battle, which is pretty awesome. But the giant yaks, now I couldn't steal the sound effect because it's not online yet because it's too new. But like every 15 minutes during the movie, you hear this. And the yaks fly and pull a boat, kind of like Santa Claus's sleigh. And every time they come into a new scene where they're, about to land on a new planet or something like that, the yaks go off. Oh, and at that point, the whole theater lights up, and everybody starts.
I'm thinking that's a great sound effects for getting into some of the announcements.
Get somebody's attention, right?
Get somebody's attention.
Hey, Michelle, that's your new weather intro.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Send it to me. I'll use it today.
And you're really dropping in and out today when you start to talk. And I don't know why it does that from the studio, but just so you're aware of it.
Right.
Makes it hard because we step on her. Don't step on her, Mike.
Yeah, okay. I'm small.
All right. Let's see. I think that's all I had. We can roll out some weather for today. I'm sure people might enjoy that. Kind of the same old for Chihuahua. 93 today under sunny skies. 57 with clear skies over the nighttime hours. It'll be partly cloudy for Thursday, but there's no rain in the forecast. 93 and 59. Friday, 89 and 57 under mostly sunny skies. And Saturday, 90 and 58 sunny. Sunday, 93 and 61 sunny. And Monday, mostly sunny at 94 and 61. So that weather pattern staying with you. It says next week you're going to reach 100.
Ooh.
I have an interesting kind of weather thing.
Okay.
So 2 days ago, the Perseid meteor shower started, which is like the big meteor shower of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And it said that the peak days are going to be the 11th and 12th of August. But unfortunately, during that time, the moon is going to be full, so you won't be able to see it. So the other peak time or the best time to see it because I know we have that dark skies thing going on here in Chihuahua. We're kind of doing that thing. Right. So between the 28th and the 31st of this month will be the best time to see those meteors in the sky.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Do you guys follow Kat Brooks at all on Facebook?
Yes.
She's this year is the most I've ever, because she chases the Aurora Borealis.
I've seen some of her photos on her site. Yeah.
And she chases those a lot. And the one she posted the other day was like 1:30 in the morning, and it was phenomenal. I mean, so,
some good colors, huh?
Oh yeah. Phenomenal colors. But see but you got to have somebody like her. What you saw on Facebook, from what I understand, it took 165 different pictures to put that together.
Commitment.
So there's 2 things that go to my mind. Man, that's got to be a fast camera. And the other one is, who in their right mind would be up at 1:30 in the morning chasing something in the sky?
Cat. Yeah. Google or search on Facebook KS Brooks and check out her stuff. She would love it.
You bet. Yeah. And then I read a newsfeed this morning. State of Washington is one of the top states for spotting UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it's all the nuclear reactors down around the Tri-Cities.
I watched that thing. I watched a video too on the Skinwalker Ranch, and I can't remember what state that's in now.
Utah.
Utah, that's right. And that's kind of creepy down there too. Lots of UFO activity.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, something else pretty cool. I finally got catfished. I've been trying like crazy to get catfished on Tinder. I finally got catfished, and it's a good one to share. I actually have some buddies who have sent money to women off of dating sites. Okay, which is rather embarrassing, so I won't say their names. But you know, they send you a like, and you send them a like, and you chat for a while and stuff, and then pretty soon they need a new cell phone because they can't take it. My phone will only text. Can you send me money? I'll buy a cell phone, that kind of stuff. The one I happened to get after about 3 days of just texting back and forth, and this one was really good. I mean, she must have looked at my profile or just through chatting, whatever. She started sending me pictures of her cat, you know, which won me over. But then on, let's say, about day 3, she wanted me to join her cryptocurrency investing, which is a total scam. This is a big one that goes out over the internet, and it'll tell you how much money they're making, and they'll share it with you and help you get rich too. But it's a non-existent cryptocurrency, so be careful out there, guys. Now, I had fun and played with her a little bit, and then at the end, I told her, you know, I knew it was a scam, and that she's hurting people, and that's only going to bring bad karma into her life. So for her to enjoy that. And then I said, and by the way, thanks for all the pictures. I now have your IP address, and I'll see you soon.
Oh. Dark web shenanigans.
So I hope that creeped her out a little bit, or possibly even him.
Right.
But doesn't that mean she has yours?
Well, if they're smart enough to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
But some people aren't. So
it's a little dark web shenanigans.
And at that point, I'm not the criminal. So you really think is she going to show up, or he going to show up?
That's true. Yeah.
But it was fun, and hopefully, you know, maybe spooks them a little bit. Because there's if you go online, there's like a guy out there, and he posts his videos on YouTube who will actually research catfishers that have taken advantage of people and go knock on their door.
Mm-hmm.
He will hunt them down. So that's kind of out there. I just thought I'd throw a little water on it, see if it grew.
Right.
But yes, okay. I finally got catfished. All right.
That's pretty funny.
You think it's funny? You think it's funny?
I do, actually. You know, I keep thinking a goal in life is to get catfished.
Isn't that how you ended up with Loretta? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I know she's listening this morning. I can hear Alexa. So be careful.
Okay, sorry. Just a joke.
You might get some treats in the mail that have something weird in them.
Don't send them to the station. It wasn't me.
Okay.
What do you mean by weird?
I don't know. Maybe they'll fit that zombie mobile thing.
Oh, okay. All right, Mike, you do the Wednesday thing. I just had a couple news headlines to throw out that I picked out on top. We have 11 pro-Trump fake electors in Georgia. I didn't even know this happened. Gave interviews for an investigation before realizing they were targets for prosecution. So I guess it's legal in Georgia. They pulled in these people who actually, after the election, pretended they were electors and sent in reports to the National Archives saying Trump had won the state when he hadn't. So some organization I suppose it's probably the what do you call it, Attorney General that's researching this wanted to interview him about what happened under the guise that it was okay. And that they didn't know what they did, and they gave interviews, but it was actually for their own prosecution. So that's coming back to bite them. Here's something we don't hear either, and this is, we hear all the stuff about gun violence, and then you have people what about people that are legitimately carrying guns? We don't hear too many stories of when somebody saves the day, but there was one today. Police are praising a man who killed an Indiana mall attacker. They say the gunman who had shot 5 people at a suburban Indianapolis shopping mall, killing 3 of them before one of the shoppers shot and killed him. The person who the gunman was a 20-year-old local man who was apparently facing eviction and SNAP. The reason for this is still unknown, and no details yet on the local man who actually shot him. But we don't kind of hear stuff like that where someone is carrying a gun. And wow, it was a good thing, because how many more people could he have shot before this person that had a gun took him down? So a competent gun owner saving the day. We don't hear those kind of stories, and that's kind of a sad thing, and I mean, a horrible tragedy, but a good thing that somebody stepped up and protected the rest of the people at the mall. So for those of you that are all for gun rights. And then there's a lot of rumors going around with the bill that looks like it'll pass, saying they're going to come take your AR-15s away. No, they're just trying to stop people from buying more. But if you already own one, you'll get to keep it if that goes through. So I know there's a lot of paranoia there.
Yeah.
All right. And then let's see. For the people during the insurrection or the Capitol riot, they have, I was surprised it said the harshest sentence tied to the Capitol riot. So I clicked on it. And as a former Fort Bragg soldier who re-enlisted in the Army after attacking police with chemical spray during the riot at the U.S. Capitol, will now serve the longest prison sentence handed down so far against a defendant tied to the massive insurrection case. How long do you guys think this guy's going to jail for?
Oh, I'm going to say 42 months.
Wow. Michelle, any guesses?
I was going to say they said prison, so it's more than a year, right?
Yes, and Mike's almost on the nose, 44. You know, to me, it's not long enough. I say make an example out of these people, and it's like a form of treason to me. They were trying to undo our government and a process that actually happened, pretending it was fake. And I think they deserve a lot harsher sentences than 2 years. That's just my opinion. Yeah. All right. Let's move along this morning. We've got some community events coming up. Let's give this a tease. And of course, we have our farmers market every Friday, and it goes from 11 to 3:30 during the summer and into a little bit into the fall. And today at 8 o'clock, our farmers market manager, Brad Schaefer, will be joining us on the radio. And until we get there, Mr. Mike Bentz has our nonprofit roundup. Mike, I'll let you start wherever you want to this morning.
Okay. Well, I'll start with the chamber.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of in that time of the year where we're changing gears and moving forward into the next, fiscal year as far as the chamber goes. So from that standpoint, we want to remind people that the Forest Service is there every Tuesday from 10 to 3. And the power in that, obviously, is it's on the south end of the county. You can go in there and pretty much do anything you need to do if you were to go to Colville and go to the actual office. And if you can't make it on Tuesday during the 10 to 3 when Eric is there, then you can stop by, the other days the chamber's open and pick up a variety of different things that they have, maps, wood permits, stuff like that. So it's a kind of a pilot project to see how it goes, to see if we can get better exposure for the people in the south end of the county so they don't have to drive clear north to get what they need to get. So the other thing is the chamber auction is back. We've had a couple of years off of that, primarily because of the COVID issues. So just to get it on your calendar, it's October 8th, which will be a Saturday. They'll have a silent auction. It'll start around 4:30, the dinner at 6, and then the live auction will be following the dinner. And I just got that information. It literally is hot off the press, came to me yesterday. And so I'll have more information on that as we move closer to that date. And just to give everybody kind of maybe make you feel a little jealous, they always have a raffle for the gift cards. And normally there's $1,500 to $2,000 in that. And I'm actually the one that's actually won that for the last 2 years in a row. And so the odds are pretty good.
Yeah, Michelle wanted to talk to you about that too.
Yeah, she sent me an email. Yeah. Yeah. I'd already used what she wanted.
Oh, so, man.
But, you never know until you ask, right, Michelle?
Right. It was worth a shot. Trying to save my tires.
So then some of the other things coming around is tomorrow evening in the park, they're going to have a Hot Summer Nights, which is a senior class of 2023 celebration. It'll go from 6 to 10. They're requesting a $5 donation. They're going to have live music. They're going to have a dunk tank. Too bad you're not here, Scott. Face painting, food, drinks, games, prizes, etc. So, we're really trying to get the park utilized more since the Chautauqua thing has dropped off. And it's really starting to pick up as far as that goes. I know that I've actually talked to, well, I didn't talk, I emailed Brenda Stroyhan, in the city to say, hey, is there something out there that's going on that we don't know is going on, that type of thing. And even though they don't keep a list, they do keep a list of what people have reserved the park for. And there's two things coming up. Actually, the senior all-nighter I just talked about. And then on July 30th through August 6th, the Cascade Bike Group called RAW, R-A-W, Ride Around Washington, is going to be here for the entire week. They're going to use the park as their hub to do bicycle rides in a variety of different directions. I'm sure they'll have different vendors and booths and things like that. I'll see if I can get more information on that as we move forward. And then on October 1st, Greg McCunn was able to secure the firefighter Olympics are going to be in Chewelah. So, there'll be more information on that coming, but that should be a fun event. And I've only been to one of those, and it was years ago in Missoula, Montana, but they're basically all these different fire departments come in and then they compete on various events to see who's the best. So,
we should tease the video from last week with the mayor too, because it is on Facebook and YouTube, and it was a really good interview, packed full of information about Chewelah. So,
yeah, exactly.
What's going on in town? Check out last Wednesday's video with the mayor. He did a great job in the interview, which ups the ante for Brad today.
Well, and I haven't told you yet that Jason Perrins is going to be next Wednesday.
All right.
From the school district. And so basically you're going to have three phenomenal interviewees in a row. And they're really people that know what's kind of going on in their variety, where they're at, and it's well worth listening to. And I'm glad that, I was thinking when you were talking, the Downtown Strategies initiative that's going on right now, the draft version of that is out. And it's going to be on the city website. I was in there yesterday just to see what's there, and it's still not posted up on there. So once it's up on there, I'd really encourage people to go in and look at it. It's very, very comprehensive. There's a lot of things in there, but they talk about as far as branding and how to utilize your resources and, code enforcement to pallet it should be in the city as far as, building owners and things like that. And it's got videos, and the videos of the interview are long, but don't be afraid of those, because the first probably half of it or 2/3 of it, or what I call the meat of it, the balance of it is the code enforcement stuff. Where do you get the money? Stuff like that, which is important. But I think vast majority of the people listening just want to say what's going on. So, so I think that's well worth once it's up there. And I think the final draft, I think Greg was saying, should be around the end of August. And the nice thing about this is they actually put specific recommendations in all these areas, their action steps. And so they're not leaving it to people like me to make a decision on what to do next, that type of thing. So it's going to really build out a plan. And it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, a lot of these things will take, 1 to 5 years, that type of thing. So moving beyond that, then if we look at the Creative District, just to remind people that are listening, the gathering, which is done once a month, is tomorrow night at 6 o'clock at the Huff Memorial or Cultural Center. And it's really designed for people that are entrepreneurs, artists, people that want to get to know each other. I'm going to be there tomorrow night to listen to kind of what people want and what direction they want to go, because the Creative District really wants to be in tune to trying to deliver the right things. The Spotlight Gallery is, of course, the same as the first Thursday, and that's coming up now in August, the first Thursday in August. We've got great reviews on that. In fact, I think we're booked now through October. We get 3 artists that normally speaking are people that would normally be showing, to give them some exposure. I think last week or the last first Thursday, we had a leather woodworking person, a tradition like a painting type thing, and then somebody that did artwork with custom jewelry, and it went over well. So, and then, for your benefit, Scott, tomorrow night at the gathering, we're going to have a exposition on clogging.
I'm actually a pretty good river dancer.
Right, exactly. Well, and I hear that this clogging group is very, very good. So it'll be kind of fun tomorrow night just to see what that is. And then beyond that, we met last night and we were looking at doing what they call a plein air event. And plein air basically is an event where artists do things on the spot, generally in the outside, and then they come in where people can observe them and things like that. And I was able to talk with a gal that Tim Nielsen had recommended, and the larger one we're going to put off till next year just because it just takes a lot of time and coordination to get it done. But we decided last night that we're going to do kind of a mini Chihuahua-based plein air event on September 10th. It'll be focused around downtown, so we're in the next week. We'll get building owners and lots and places, secured to make sure we can do that, and then we'll build that out. And then we're going to put out requests for people who want to do that. So, if I'm a painter and I want to show people how to do it and what I do, then I'll have maybe the spot there behind where James Beans used to be across from KCHW. That's one of our designated areas that we're going to have people. And then it'll be all kinds of disciplines, and it has to be all original. Like one person told me on a call the other day, we don't want somebody ordering a kit in from China and just showing how people to put it together type thing. And so I'm really pretty excited about see how that comes out. And it'll also be our trial run. So it'll give us a feel of what we need to do to get the larger one done in the fall of next year.
So you're saying my Lego castle's out this time?
Yeah, I think that's out. Unless you're manufacturing the Legos and we can watch you do that. So I mentioned earlier that Jason Barron's going to be on next Wednesday. And the two questions I had for him is what's happening with the middle school? I think a lot of people are still curious about that. And then the other one, what changes are you looking forward to going into the school year this coming year? And I do know that one of the things the Creative District's going to offer is a series of classes, either 3 or 4, it hasn't been determined yet, with we call reintroduction back to the alternative arts. We've got grant funding for that. Jamie Thompson's going to be the lead on that for that team, and she's had experience in that. So I think and Jason's excited about it. So we're actually meeting with him next week to finalize how to lay that out for this coming school year. And it'll be things like printmaking. I know we have Cat Brooks will do a thing on either photography or writing. And then we already have, I think Laura Ricci she's volunteered to do a week-long class on graphic arts, that type of thing. So we're really looking forward to that. And actually, the state's looking forward to see what we can do with that, because when I applied for the grant, it really didn't fit into the grant program, but it intrigued them enough to give us a call and interview. And they said, okay, we're not going to give you as much as you want, but we'll give you enough to make it enticing. And if you can build this as a program, then I think we've got a pretty good shot at continuing it, that type of thing. The one caveat is the money's actually come from the National Endowment for the Arts, and that requires matching. And so we have to match it 100% either in cash or in kind. But I went to the board of the Creative District and said, okay, before I sign the contract, are you willing to take on this? And it was 100% yes to do that. So I think we're pretty excited about getting that in play, and I'll have more on that. Let's see, as far as the golf course is concerned, we're busy. The weather's, as you pointed out, is conducive to being busy.
You have a charity golf tournament this weekend, don't you? On the calendar.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
The Newark Charity Golf Tournament.
Oh, yeah. That's up in Colvin.
Okay.
That's the Northeast Washington Realtors, and they basically flip flop that year to year. And like last year it was here, next year, this year it's in Colville, next year it'll be here. But please attend. You can go on the NEWAR website, and I don't know if you can still reserve some times, but I'm pretty sure you probably can. But there is a golf tournament, but it's at Dominion Meadows in Colville. As far as what's enlightening to us this year is the 9-hole course, which is the course that new golfers or relaxed golfers or families generally use. Is really getting a lot of traffic this year, and we're seeing a lot more juniors playing than we normally have. And in fact, even with the bad June, as far as the weather is concerned, the 9-hole course is actually ahead of what it did last year. So, that's getting back to what can kids do. And, and there again, from a monetary standpoint, kids play free. As long as they have a playing adult with them, we can't let kids out there with golf clubs. You can imagine why. And we also provide clubs if they don't have their own clubs. So it really is a really nice family outing. You don't have to have a tee time. You can just show up. But I will tell you that if you just show up on Saturday between 10 and 2 and Sunday between 10 and 2, you may have to wait a little bit to get on the course because those are the popular times. Wow. The Rusty Putter is doing well. The patio is going over really, really well this year. We got all new furniture, all new umbrellas. The menu's all been revamped this year. And frankly, I haven't talked to anybody that's been dissatisfied in any way with the Rusty Putter. And in fact, one of the Creative District members last night said for the first time since she's lived here, she actually went up there a couple of days ago. And she says, that patio is really cool in the summertime.
Great view.
It is. Right. It is, so let me go through my notes real quick, but I think I got it.
Michelle, will you pull the local birthdays for us, and we'll get those in before we go to break for Brad?
I am ready.
I don't see anything else on the chamber calendar, so I think you covered it pretty well, Mike. Thank you very much. Don't forget, if you've got an event you want to get on the radio, you can always email it to us at kchwradio@yahoo.com, or go to our website, kchw.org, northernlightspublicradio.com. Go to the Contact Us page. There's a form you can fill out. You can even attach a flyer to it, so it's real easy.
Yes, yes. Tell me.
And Michelle puts it right on that noontime community calendar along with weather. And Michelle, local birthdays, I think you got them in your hot little hands.
I do. All right. Today, July 13th, for the full moon. Happy birthday to Evan Schanzenbach, Ruby Regan, Sarah Bolender, and Stryker Smith.
All right, do the first one again. We were chuckling. I think it cut you off.
That's okay. I was on the wrong day. I'm in last week.
Okay.
I got blindsided by the full moon.
All excited.
Darn it. I was excited, too, because I wanted to go in my garden tonight, but I guess I'll have to wait. All right, July 20th, because that's what today is. Jason Lane, Betsy Kersey, Daryl Prozac. Happy anniversary to Chris and Kelsey Herta and Leon and Kari Richardson.
Okay.
Hopefully I got that right. If not, I'm sorry, but have a happy anniversary anyway.
There you go. All right. See him around town, point and laugh. Tell him we were talking about him on the radio. Celebrity birthdays. We go to Mike Bentz.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to start out with one of my favorite musicians, Carlos Santana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. One of the best guitarists out there, in my opinion. And guess how old he is today?
How old?
75. It's nice to see somebody older than me.
Bet he's still jamming, too.
Yes.
Oh, and then the next one up is Donna Dixon from Booze and Buddies is 65. Reality personality Terry Irwin is 58. Dean Winters from 30 Rock, one of my favorite shows that should have never gone off the air. And he's the mayhem in the Allstate commercials. Every time I see those Allstate commercials and he gets in an accident, for whatever reason, Scott, I think of you.
What?
But he's 58. That's pretty close to how you are too, right?
Pretty close. Yes, thanks on both counts.
Okay, all right, okay. Then we move to Reed Diamond from Judging Amy, Homicide and Life on the Streets. He's 55. Josh Holloway from Yellowstone and Lost is 53. Sandra Oh, who I think is a great comedian, by the way, from Killing Eve and Grey's Anatomy is 51. Omar Epps, Power Book 2, Raising a Con, and This Is Us is 49. Judy Gear from The Big Bang Theory and Ant-Man is 42. Model Giselle Bündchen is 42. And Julianne Ho is 34.
All right. I don't really like that whole. I'm kind of creeped out now about the whole thing you're talking about. Every time you see the accidents on TV, you think of me.
Yeah, that's not okay. That's bad.
Yeah, that's
juju.
not okay.
It's
Here.
not.
No, I got something for you.
I find you unacceptable.
So what else is new?
Let's see. History. It happened today. We'll start off in 1871. British Columbia joined the Confederation as a Canadian province. 1944. Adolf Hitler was only slightly wounded when a bomb planted by a would-be assassin exploded at the German leader's Rastenburg headquarters. That's the one you were talking about, right, Michelle?
Yeah.
Only partially wounded. So what was it, Michelle? A what? Flesh?
Oh, yes, a flesh wound. It's just a flesh
Look,
wound.
you stupid You've got no arms left. Yes, I have. Look.
Just a flesh wound. All right. 1958, late TV pitchman Billy Mays was born. And it was a few years ago, we buried him in OxyClean.
Yeah.
And sealed it in with Flex Seal.
And a chamois.
Oh, yeah, the ShamWow.
Yeah, ShamWow guy, you're right.
All right, 1969, Apollo 11 mission commander Neil Alden Armstrong and lunar module pilot Edwin Eugene Buzz Aldrin Jr. became the first humans to walk on the moon, or did they? While command module pilot Michael Collins orbited above. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
So, in 1969, you were around for this and awake and old enough to remember it, probably, correct?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
He's not talking to me.
You're the oldest one in the room.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, so at the time, were people saying it really didn't happen, or did that start much, much later?
That started much, much later.
Okay.
It really did. I think of course, you can imagine the coverage at that point was pretty limited, but it was a big deal. I mean, a really big deal. I mean, it was an accumulation from JFK. That's one of the things he promised before he was assassinated. So it would happen by the end of the decade. So they made a big thing of that. And then, of course, the one step for mankind, talk and things like that. Yeah, it was a big deal. Yeah. I think the space program, as I was growing up, was one of those things that, kids wanted to aspire to.
Mm.
I bet.
It really was. I mean,
like robots.
Yeah, robots. Yeah, exactly.
Huh. Well, that's funny that conspiracy theories didn't exist in 1969. I like that.
Well, I think they probably did, but you didn't have the social media you got today.
The CIA hadn't thought them up yet.
It's true.
1999, after 38 years at the bottom of the Atlantic, astronaut Gus Grissom's Liberty Bell 7 Mercury capsule was lifted to the surface, and it's now my tree fort.
Yes! I love it.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
2007, President George W. Bush signed an executive order prohibiting cruel and inhuman treatment, including humiliation or denigration of religious beliefs in the detention and interrogation of terrorism suspects. Was this before or after the waterboarding? Let's see. Let's skip all that no fun stuff. 2020, scientists found evidence of volcanoes on Venus. Volcanoes. Or as I like to say, volcanoes. Sorry.
I read an article this morning that says there's a volcano now in the world that predicts the direction of the stock market.
A volcano does?
Yeah.
That's safe.
Volatile. Very volatile.
2020, Walmart began requiring shoppers to wear face masks. All right.
That's a bad thing?
Yeah, no,
I think we
isn't.
remember that.
Yeah.
We all remember that.
Say that again?
Yes, I think we all remember that.
Yeah. 2021, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos went into space on an unpiloted suborbital flight with an all-civilian crew aboard rocket developed by his company, Blue Origin. Many people didn't want him to come back. And that takes us to today's special events with Michelle.
Yay! Something that makes sense.
Actually, every one of these do.
Yes. Oh, I hope my husband is listening. International Chess Day.
And why would you want him to know about that?
He loves chess, and he's actually pretty good at it. So every once in a while, we have a few games, and yeah, I get mad, but it's okay. It's still fun.
He's better than you.
He is better than me at chess.
Right.
I get one off every once in a while, but he's gonna be really happy today. It's nap day too.
Oh,
chess and naps.
Excellent. I'm an excellent napper. I challenge anybody. I can fall asleep fast. I just can't stay that way.
Yeah, me too.
It's also Fortune Cookie Day. I like the fortunes. Not too big a fan of the cookies anymore. They're
always kind of dry and crunchy.
They've been disgusting for always.
Yeah. The last time I got a fortune.
Here's a useless fact. One of the largest fortune cookie factories in the world actually is in Houston, Texas.
That makes sense.
Right.
That's what I thought.
It's all coming back now.
Go ahead, Michelle.
So, when I was a child, my father took me to Chinese food. And after the meal's over, we all got the fortune cookies. And he cracks his open and he goes, "Oh, no!" "What, Dad?" "Mine says, 'Help, help, I'm being held in a Chinese cookie-making factory.'"
Oh,
yeah. My dad's a great guy.
All right.
So moving right along, it is also Hot Dog Day, because that goes great with fortune cookies.
All right. Stand by.
You mind if I have a bite of your hot dog?
So today it's okay to ask somebody that question. If you see someone with a hot dog, it's Hot Dog Day. Ask them to share.
Yes. It's also Lollipop Day. Ugly.
I dare you to do that one, too. Can I have a lick of your lollipop, please?
1, 2, 3.
A 3.
It's also Ugly Truck Day. Space Exploration Day.
I got one for that, too. Okay, because space exploration, from what we've seen in the movies, can be really, really dangerous in all those sci-fi TV shows. So I have some music for Space Exploration Day. Tell me where it came from. Where'd I steal it from?
It's got to be like...
Yes?
It's got to be like Star Trek First Generation.
Oh, you guys both. Hold on. I think I've got a sound effect for you guys. Oh, yeah, here it is.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Second try.
Gentlemen, beam me aboard.
Star Trek, come on.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Star Trek First Generation.
No,
like, not like the movie.
That's not called the First Generation.
Well, I'm sorry. It's a little bit old for me.
It's called TOS.
What is that?
The original series.
Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Come on, Michelle. Not even close.
Yeah, the old
let's
guys
talk to the Coneheads.
I find you unacceptable.
Get your Star Treks right, you guys. Come on. That was so easy. All right. I'm just kidding. Keep going.
All right. It says take your poet to work day, but I'm pretty sure it means pet.
No, it's poet.
Poet.
Everyone just has a pocket poet?
Yes. So are you ready?
Yes.
I'm prepared for this.
Okay. Let's go.
This one, I'm gonna deliver this one to Mike. This poem's for you, Mike. Roses are red, violets are blue. God may be pretty. What happened to you?
Okay, so now Scott will be running around saying, "I'm so pretty, oh so pretty."
Oh, good stuff. All right. Last but not least, it is World Jump Day.
Oh my gosh, something Mike can't do. Not on that bump.
You know what went through my brain as soon as I saw that?
What?
Was Van Halen's "Jump."
Oh, the song.
The song, yeah, with David Lee Roth.
Oh, yeah. Now I want to hear it. I love that synth in the beginning. All right. I don't see our guest in the room yet. Do you, Michelle?
No, that's a negative Ghost Rider.
A negative Ghost Rider. All right. I have a backup plan. Everyone, please stand by while I find it. Oh, I got it.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
It's Boys versus Girls with Michelle and Mike.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right. I love forcing trivia upon people. And I can act like I know everything. That's the best part about it, because I am horrible at trivia. First one. You guys ready? Uh-huh. Say yes, please.
Yes, let's go.
Yes, please.
All right. In a typical year, the White House will have around 20 of these. White House will have around 20 of these in a typical year. And it always happens at the same time of the year. What are these?
20 of these, 17. Well, they have way more parties than that.
It's wintertime.
Christmas tree lightings.
Oh, you're like kind of right. I'll give it to you. I was actually looking for Christmas trees. White House will have around 20 Christmas trees. And we brought that up because somewhere, some weirdo's doing Christmas in July. Such a lame idea. All right. Which one doesn't fit? And then I want to know why. LinkedIn, Facebook, Weibo, TikTok, NewPal. Which one doesn't fit?
I have no idea what part of those are.
LinkedIn, Facebook, Weibo, TikTok, and NewPal. Which one doesn't fit and why?
Boy.
Weibo?
No.
Okay.
I was going to say the last one because it's not a digital platform. I don't know.
Correct, Mike. You don't second guess yourself. It is not a social media site. You're exactly right. Right.
NewPal? What is
NewPal. It doesn't exist.
Oh.
It was a made up social media.
Now it will.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go buy that .com name. All right. Average person will consume 2.5 pounds of this each year. 2.5 pounds of this.
Cheese?
No, it's very small.
Oh, peanuts?
Way smaller than a peanut.
Sunflower seeds or
way
sesame
smaller
seeds?
than a sunflower seed.
Pepper.
Pepper, yeah.
Oh, you're so warm, Michelle.
Salt?
Salt. Mike steals it with the salt.
Really?
All right.
That's
yeah,
it?
I'd call that assault. I'd file charges.
I've been assaulted.
Yes. The U.S. has 413 streets with this word in the name. The word could be used in describing a couple.
Huh.
What?
Two.
Could be used to
13 is
describe
not very many.
No.
Describe a couple? Pair?
No.
Marriage?
That's too easy.
413. Is it? Huh.
I love this couple because they're so in
Love?
Yes, love. Love.
Man, there's only 413?
Yeah, only 413 streets in America with the word love in it.
Okay.
This is how love usually goes for me.
So tell me you love me. Please, 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 please. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Oh, tell me, tell me.
Turkeys gobble and tigers growl. What animal gibbers?
Scott.
Pretty much, yeah.
Gibbers. Like a monkey or a lemur?
You win, Michelle. A monkey. Good job. Good job. It was that hint he gave you that said like Scott, right?
That's right. I gave it away.
All right. I'm going to keep going here. Has our guest arrived yet? No? Okay.
No.
I wonder if he forgot. You sure you have the day right, Mike?
Well, I'm pretty sure.
All right. About 3,000 years ago, most Egyptians did what by the time they were 30?
They died.
Yes, that is exactly true. Not a very long lifespan if you were an Egyptian 3,000 years ago. Oh, I'm feeling so old. Today's my 29th birthday.
It's all those hauling the big rocks that did him in.
Yes. All right. Let's do this with Mike. And Mike, these are all for you. All right. It's
Okay.
Breakfast Bingo with Mike Bentz. It's a city in Belgium.
Breakfast bingo?
It's Breakfast Bingo. You got to spell bingo with your answer.
Brussels.
There you go. Piece of land in the middle of a body of water.
Island.
A branch of the armed forces.
Navy.
Earth is located in one of these, which we call the Milky Way.
Galaxy.
And Conan's last name.
Conan's last name?
Conan's last name.
That one I don't know.
Okay, talk show host Conan's last name.
Oh,
Still doesn't know. It's an O name.
It's what?
It's an O name. We're spelling bingo.
I know. But I'm just drawing a blank.
O'Brien.
O'Brien. Yeah, you should have given me like Irish or something.
Oh, man. So I think you're the first person ever not to spell bingo.
Thanks.
Michelle?
Okay.
Yes.
Put your thinking cap on backwards, Michelle. It's answer wrong and win. Yes. All right. Looking for the stupidest answer possible, not the correct one.
Yes.
Name something a flight attendant serves passengers on an airplane.
Tamales.
Huh. To keep his head safe, a football player wears what?
Twinkies.
What?
Twinkies.
Binkies? And name the main character in a Harry Potter books.
Polly Shore.
And name some, that would be like the worst Harry Potter ever. So that's good. Name something you might place on a headstone at a grave site.
Gravy.
Wow. You win. And I'm going to say this. That's probably the best answer wrong and win I've ever heard. All right, we are going to go to break, deliver you some news, thank sponsor, and when we come back, all sorts of fun stuff to get your day started. Stay right here. It's Northern Lights Public Radio, KCHW Chihuahua.
It's 8:11.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chewelah, 102.7 FM.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, July the 20th, 2022. I'm Mike Clifford. The U.S. Supreme Court plans to consider a case that could have major implications on the power of state lawmakers to control elections.
In Moore v. Harper, the North Carolina Supreme Court struck down a redistricting plan for violating the state constitution. Maine Secretary of State Shenna Bellows says the case brings up what's historically been a fringe interpretation known as independent state legislature theory. It suggests that authority over elections administration, including redistricting, is solely with state legislatures. But Bellows says that theory runs counter to the idea of checks and balances.
For this United States Supreme Court to suddenly suggest that the state Supreme Courts have no power to interpret the state constitutions when it comes to elections undermines the strength of our democracy itself.
Bellows knows the elections clause in the Constitution also states that Congress may at any time make or alter regulations, so states are not shielded from federal election laws. But she adds the current Congress has failed to move on national standards for voting rights. I'm Lee Bolke reporting.
A police oversight group has formally recommended that Portland adopt a technology known as ShotSpotter to help tackle gun violence. Eric Teganoff reports that technology has been met with some skepticism.
ShotSpotter uses artificial intelligence with data collected from hidden microphones to determine the location of gunshots and inform the police department. Dan Hahn is a strategy consultant in government and civic technology based in Portland. He says the technology still has to make some leaps to determine if the sound it heard is a gunshot.
The thing about technology that we really need to understand is that it's not magical, it's not necessarily more reliable, it's not necessarily going to 100% always classify sounds in exactly the right way.
A study last year from Chicago, where ShotSpotter has been implemented, found it led to more than 40,000 dead-end police deployments over less than 2 years. The Focus Intervention Task Force Community Oversight Group submitted its recommendations to Mayor Ted Wheeler and the City Council on Monday. Hahn says if the technology is adopted, open data is key to ensure accountability.
At a community meeting last week, ShotSpotter stressed their technology would only be used to detect gunshots. More than 120 cities are contracted with ShotSpotter, according to the company website. The Wall Street Journal reports the House passed a bill that would provide protection for same-sex and interracial marriage under federal law. The Journal reports the vote, 267 to 157, on the Respect for Marriage Act comes the same week the chamber is also set to vote on the Right to Contraception Act. This is PNS. Amid record-setting heat waves and increased energy usage, New York is looking to offshore wind for a cleaner energy source.
Oil and gas-fired power plants that operate when there's a larger energy demand. But the town of East Hampton has been working since the mid-2010s to get its power elsewhere. Offshore wind energy should be a reality in 2024, with 5 turbines built 35 miles off Long Island. Sylvia Overby, a councilwoman for the town of East Hampton, says the development is much needed.
The East End is growing, and we've had a growth in the last 10 years between the census, and we know that there's more demand for electricity. And this is hopefully going to help us as a township meet our goal of 100% renewable energy.
The project has not been without controversy, as some residents were worried about a cable being installed on land that's an active beach area, albeit 35 feet underground. New York State could potentially generate almost 296 terawatts per hour through offshore wind developments. I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
Multiple studies confirm students across the country experienced significant learning loss during the pandemic. Now in Los Angeles, 108 community organizations and local agencies are sharing $7.8 million in grant money to help kids catch up.
The California Community Foundation just announced the grants as the final installment of a 3-year program. Victor Dominguez with the YMCA of Metropolitan Los Angeles says the funds help support 45 summer camps across the region.
We've been able to engage more than 20,000 kids and teens in safe, high-quality sports, arts, fitness, civic engagement, and STEM summer enrichment activities.
I'm Suzanne Potter.
The initiative expected to help 86,000 kids aged 5 to 17 right away and reach another 136,000 in after-school activities this fall. Finally, Mike Moen tells us a U.S. House subcommittee held a hearing Tuesday highlighting the threat climate change poses to the world's food supply.
Bonnie Haugen, who has a dairy operation in Fillmore County, touted her farm's regenerative practices, including rotational grazing. She noted it can keep soil from eroding. Haugen urged Congress to expand funding for programs that incentivize farmers to implement climate-friendly practices and limit the presence of confined animal feeding operations.
Please remember that big CAFO dairies are not the same as ours. They're like big box stores, similar to a Walmart building in the middle of one of our small towns.
She and other witnesses say corporate farms greatly contribute to harmful emissions from agriculture, which ultimately result in more extreme weather events that disrupt the growing and delivery of food.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener-supported, heard on great radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
And we're back. Thanks for listening. It's KCHW 102.7. Stacked up on top of each other like the Three Stooges or Hollywood Squares. If you're watching online today. In fact, before we talk to our guest, who we had to wake up and get out of bed, I'm guessing, we're going to say hi to some people who checked in online. Good morning to Carrie. Thank you for tuning in, Carrie. Ron's watching online. One of our old Chihuahua friends went to high school with him, Matt Parrish. We've got Carrie online as well. Thank you all for checking in this morning. Let's see. And Ron checked in all the way from Hawaii. That is so cool. Wow. All right. Broadcasting with us today, joining us from home, Brad Schaefer. Brad, what happened to you this morning?
Oh, I hate to make excuses. I could make a lot of excuses, but I'm here now, and it's so good to see you. You look so tan and healthy. Maine must be treating you right over there.
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's hard to get used to living in a place that has humidity, though. It is. It's even when you have the air conditioning on in the house, it is so humid you're sweating. Even if it's like comfortable, like 72, you're just sweating because it's so humid.
Well,
it looks like nature's moisturizing.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, your hair, it looks like it's made your hair grow. It's curlier or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it always was. If you keep it short enough, you can't tell. Mike's going to come visit and see if his hair grows, and maybe you want to too.
Yeah, I think so. I got a really big forehead now, so.
That's actually, we call that, let's see, that's like a 9 head.
Yeah.
I was thinking cone head.
No. Oh, you just want me to play the sound effect again, don't you, Mike?
Yeah, I do.
You like that one, do you? Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, Brad.
I find you unacceptable.
I've heard that a few times.
Oh, me too. All the time.
Throughout my life, yes.
All right, Brad, I want to know, how's things going? This is this year 3 for you of managing the farmers market? Is that a good guess, or am I behind?
It is. Yeah, my 5th year involved with the market, but my 3rd year managing it. So it's been a good year so far. We made some significant changes that are not necessarily obvious to our customers, but some things that have made operations run more smoothly and more easily. But it's been another year of amazing growth that I can chat about and let folks know.
All right, please do.
Yes. Okay. So This year, I mean, most years every year we start out with more vendors than we have had the year previous. And this year we started with 20 to 25, where we usually start with 10 to 15. And it has grown from there. Last week, I think we had about 38 vendors there. And we expect just as many for our really busy months of July and August, because all of the vegetables and fruits are coming in, and the stalls are stacked with lots of amazing products, both on the craft side and the produce farm side. And so we've had some good traffic. That's the problem when you have a success and you draw in customers, is you want to make sure you maintain a really strong customer base when you have that many vendors, because the more vendors, obviously, you need more customers to support those vendors. So we've been pretty aggressively, and Mike could attest to this, he's been involved with the Chamber and Creative District on some of the joint advertising we've been doing in the Inlander, and trying to reach further outside the region, particularly to the Spokane area, to attract customers to the market to help support all of our vendors. So it's been a great year of growth. We're a victim of our own success, I think, because we have artists from all over the region that are stepping up and reaching out and wanting to display their products at the farmers markets, and so we're working through that. But every week I get a reach out from one or two folks, it seems, that want to be at the market. So it's been a great year, and we haven't had that. I mean, we obviously all remember last year with the extreme heat, and we have had smoke every year for at least 5 or 6 years, it seems. And this year, I hope I'm not jinxing us, but it's been clear skies and relatively mild temperatures. Looks like we're touching the 90s a bit this week, but we have lots of water and lots of cold drinks down at the market. So and of course we're under the trees, so that
so
helps.
far so good.
Yeah. So it's good.
I'm really curious about. Go ahead, Mike, and then I'll ask.
I was going to say, Brad brought up something that I've been remiss in talking about, is the farmers market, the Creative District, and the Chamber put a larger ad in the summer Inlander that goes out to like 160,000 people, and that's going to be distributed, by the way, at Safeway, if it's not already, very shortly. And I think, to me, what jumped out to me to begin with is the collaboration aspect of those three organizations is really powerful, because none of us individually could have afforded that particular publication. Whereas between the three of us, we were able to be kind of like the anchor tenant in there. And to the point where that summer guide with the Inlander now has a Chihuahua section. And I think we're, Brad, 2.5 pages of different businesses?
Yes, really blows up the region. Really nice layout for Chihuahua and the entire region. As Mike, I think I'm going to give Mike the credit for coining the phrase that we're the gateway to the Northeast Mountains. He's probably used that phrase a few times, but it really highlights that in the Inlander. And it's that summer pullout section, so folks can rip it out and then use it throughout the summer to help guide them on their fun summer activities.
All right. My question was off of something you said. When you see people coming in, are you trying anything, and I imagine you're talking to them, where do you see people that aren't from Chihuahua that are enjoying the market? Where do you see them primarily coming from? Or is it just random 395 traffic, people from Spokane, people from Canada?
It's all of the above. Because we have anecdotal tracking of the folks who come to the market. There are some hard numbers, I guess, that we can gather, and I can see from different zip codes, because with our EBT and various money transactions, I sometimes see zip codes, and so I know they're coming from all over Stevens County, from up north, east, west, all the way out over to Ponderay and Ferry counties, and certainly from Idaho. And then, as you say, the odd traffic on 395, where they're just driving by, they see all the activity and the banners, and they decide to pull in, which, again, victim of our own success. Parking has always been an issue. I think we've chatted about that on this program before. because we have all those slots right along 395 right next to the park. But to try to get folks to actually pull off of 395, circle around to the backside, or park on the south end of the park or something, it's tougher to do. So parking is a bit of an issue. Again, victim of our own success. But if people really want to come to the market, obviously they can find that parking.
Well, here's the thing we can throw out right now to maybe help with that a little bit. And if you are a local and you are going to the farmers market, you know your way around Chewelah. Help our community and help these vendors and help our farmers market be successful, and park around back so those, unless you have, you're handicapped or something, so that those spaces are open for the people that are coming through town. If you're a local, park in the back of the park.
Yeah, and I'll say that's one of the operational changes we've made. Is we know we have a large retirement community in Chewelah in that region, and so we set up a couple of handicap parking spaces that are marked right there in front of all the stalls, so that folks that have trouble ambulating, they can still enjoy the market by parking as close as possible.
All right. Now, when you're talking about vendors and more of them, does the farmers market let vendors come from, let's say, outside the county and become a vendor in our market, or do you have some rules there?
Yeah, it depends on how far outside. We certainly have folks that come from Idaho. We have a couple that are up really tucked up next to the Canadian border, kind of up the Kettle River area. And so we don't restrict that. It's mainly, we follow what's known as the Roots guidelines, which you can find that online in all farmers markets across the state, particularly if you're a part of one of these larger associations, such as the Washington State Farmers Market Association or the Inland Northwest Farmers Market Association, of which Chewelah is a member of both. You follow the Roots guidelines, and those, as far as fresh, local, produced by your own hands. So no, we do allow some reseller items, but those items also have to be produced locally, crafted with your own hands. And so you cannot have like import things coming from overseas, or we had one potential vendor that wanted to sell ginseng at the market. It was packaged in Wisconsin, so it was like, no, we can't have Wisconsin ginseng at the Chewelah market, and so yeah, it's a long ways to drive to Chewelah if you're out of the county and very far away. So really, money wise, it doesn't make sense for someone to come in too far from out of the region. Most areas have a farmers market somewhere, usually within the county or within the municipality, and so they can go ahead and vend at those markets. It might make more sense for them rather to come all the way to Chewelah.
And one of my favorite things in the past has always been lunchtime at the market. Do you have food vendors this year?
Yeah, we pumped up the volume on that, and so because we're famous, of course, for the buffalo burgers at the Good Life Cafe, which they have expanded their operations to include handcrafted pizzas and some other goods. We added then last year, Conscious Crave came into the market, which they do wood-fired pizzas, calzones, smoothies. They have quite a large menu. They've been very popular. We have an outfit known as the Ark. They are Seventh-day Adventists, so it's all vegan and completely vegan, not just vegetarian, but vegan, no dairy products. And they have really wowed the crowd with some of their salmon wraps and some of their carob-like smoothies that they make. And then probably one of the most popular is we have Seth's Donuts. He does these little, I'm showing you on Facebook here, the little mini donuts. They're about the size of a Susan B. Anthony, maybe a bit bigger. And you get 6 of those for $3, and he puts all sorts of different flavorings, caramel, cinnamon, sugar, and those have been flying off. I admit that usually those are my breakfast on most Friday mornings at the park. So
So the total opposite of the vegan place.
Yeah. And they sit right across from each other. So
healthy, not healthy. Healthy,
so
not
you go have the donuts, feel guilty, and go over and get a salmon wrap.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah, there's plenty of good food, and of course all the produce and the beef and pork and eggs and lots of stuff you can pick up and take away to your house. But as far as prepared foods, yeah, we've got those 4 vendors. So and they're super popular. I've looked at the numbers, and the community has really been supporting them, and I really appreciate that.
Are there any other vendors that are new this year that people might not be aware of that pop to mind?
Yeah, we have Randy, who does leather working. We've always had Wee Bit of Leather, the big double booth near the entrance to the market, and they've because of other obligations and certain things going on in their lives, they've only been at a couple of our markets. So we have another leather worker, Randy, who she's more, I'd say, on the rustic rather than refined side, although I have bought a couple of wallets from her already, and I'm about to commission a piece on behalf of the market from her. But she gets into a lot of the bit and bridle stuff. So if you're a horse person, you can stop in and see her. We have some rock hounders this year. Daryl has a booth. He just dropped in a few markets ago, and he's got all sorts of interesting gems from all over the region, and frankly from all over the world, that he has gone out and handcrafted. Oh golly, we have Candy's candles. So lots of different candles. They're beyond, because I don't enjoy the paraffin candles, anything that's kind of oil based, at least petroleum oil based. And so I like the beeswax or soy. This goes beyond that. Apparently it's made out of some kind of sustainable palm oils. And I've got one, I was just burning it last night, and she does a great job with her candles. And who else? I mean, we got the usual lineup I've chatted about many times before, as far as our blacksmith and bakery and whatnot. Let's see. Yeah, I can't think as far as, the crafters we have more crafters this year. Usually the produce and farm products far outdo the crafters. And this year they're more on par. We have to watch that, because those roots guidelines I mentioned earlier, to be a farmer's market, you have to have the majority of your sales need to be in the farm product area. And so close eye on that to make sure that's balanced out. Always open doors for the farmers who want to come to our market. Which another plug then, when I think of new vendors, just a couple of markets ago, Sherman Creek Orchards from up on Lake Roosevelt dropped in, and they will be here for the rest of the year. And they specialize in stone fruits. So their apricots, they have crates and crates of those. If you need some apricots, come on down. Their cherries, everybody might be aware that the cherry crop is down by about a quarter or a third this year due to some late snows and frosts that we had. But Sherman Creek's coming in with some of their cherries. I know Front Porch has had some cherries. Yeah, Stranger Creek Farm, he specializes in his garlic, and he's still going to have his garlic. Apparently, some animal got into his farm and ate the majority of his crop, so he had to drop out for a couple of markets just to grow more food. I mean, he's got a big operation, so I don't know if it was a herd of elk or, a mom and a couple of fawns, but apparently they really decimated him. I haven't had the chance to chat with him yet. But
that's a weird one. You think you could follow their breath and find them?
Right.
Yeah, well, must have been in the middle of the night. I mean, I assume he's pretty fenced off over there, but I haven't been to his farm. But because I've got, around my little patch, I got like the 6-foot fence, and it's done a good job of keeping out the deer. I haven't had those kind of issues.
So do you have anybody that's carrying like huckleberries, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, or is it too early?
It's a bit early, and I've heard that the huckleberries are going to be delayed this year. That folks have been up on the hillsides already, and they aren't ripening up like they have in years past. I don't know if we get a lot of heat here in July. I would think by early August that there'd be something available up there. And I'm trying to think strawberries. I missed last Friday's market. I got selected for jury duty, so I was up in Colville and spent a couple of days, debating a guy's innocence or not. It was a criminal matter, which was kind of fascinating. But anyway, so back to strawberries. I think the berries. I haven't seen Mike berries in the market yet. That Stranger Creek, I don't know if they hit his blackberries or not, but another thing that Paul specializes in is his berries, and I haven't seen him bring in any yet. The garlic scapes are super popular right now, but hopefully Stranger Creek, his berry crop wasn't wiped out, because he makes some pretty amazing berries.
So what kind of special events have you got coming up? I know you've had the cherry splat, and I can't remember the other one on the top of my head, but what are we looking forward to?
4th of July was just a hoot a couple of weeks back. That was a lot of fun. We had the mayor came and gave a speech. We had the local color guard and the singing of the national anthem. And it wasn't 116 degrees like it was last year. So, and then, we had the cherry splat, which was a lot of fun. So coming up August 12th, we have what we call the Zucchini Regatta.
Yes.
I love that. It's Scott's favorite. And Scott, I hope you can fly out and carve out a little boat.
Yeah, I'm going to drop $1,200 in plane tickets to come to the Zucchini Regatta. You got it.
Well, we'll provide the zucchini if you don't have
one. Okay.
So then that's where the kids, anyone actually, doesn't matter your age, you take a zucchini, you carve a boat out of it. And anyone who's been to the market knows the beautiful Chewelah Creek runs right through the park, gorgeous setting, and everybody climbs into the creek, and on a certain noise, the zucchini boats get launched, and whoever makes it down the creek, and you can, we've had outriggers, we've had people put sails on them. Pretty much as far as your design and the way you want to build it, it's sky's the limit. So that's always a lot of fun. September 9th at 3:30 p.m. we have the pie eating contest, which we have every year. I assume we're going to have it this year, and that's a lot of fun. It's people getting pie smeared all over their face. And then on our very last market day, October 14th, we have pumpkin bowling. And so you take your squash and we put up the pins and you bowl, and whoever knocks down the most pins out of 3 rolls walks away with the prizes. So those are a lot of fun. Every day, this summer we have the Kernel program, which is kids eating right, nutrition and exercise for life. And it's sponsored by the state and by Catholic Charities of Washington. And at any time during the market, when folks show up, they got young kids, they can take them back to the Kernel area. There's all sorts of art and exercise and a lot of educational things, activities that kids do, kind of connecting the food that they see at the market to farmers and nutrition. So that's a lot of fun, and that's really ramped up. We have Christy and her daughter Ellie there this year, and they're doing an amazing job with that. And this coming Friday, they are actually not going to be available. We have it's Mo, and I'm trying to think of his partner, are going to come and do the Kernel for us. And Mo is an amazing violinist. He played at our Christmas market last December. And so I'm going to make sure I get him mic'd up really well, and to have violin music going through that park while everybody's going around shopping and stuff. It's just gorgeous. And he's quite the artist, a very talented man. And so he'll be there at the market this coming Friday. And I'm just excited about getting back. I really missed being there last Friday, and I can't wait to get there. let me also give a plug that it's been a busy week because my daughter went into labor over the weekend and had my third grandson, and so I'm excited about that. I got to get out of town to get over and see them on the west side, but that'll be exciting. I don't know why that just leapt into my head, but
That's all right. That's all right. Congratulations. All right. So there's going to be more Schaefers running around. Look out.
Yes, I know. Yeah, he's healthy, strong, and the biggest baby she had yet. So I'm excited to go over and meet him and to see my other grandkids, of course.
You kind of answered one of my other questions, and that was, are you still doing music once in a while?
Yeah, music. Oh yeah, music at the park. Yes. Oh yeah, we've had Cindy and her. She's the local piano teacher in town here. Has a lot of students around the area, and so they've showed up and set up a piano, and they've played for the market. Bill, and his last name leaps out of my mind, starts with a T, I think, but he's a really great guitar player, and he's dropped in a couple of times and played for us. It's nice to get back to the live music, and I know, Scott, you and I chatted about putting together a playlist or something for the market, which I've put together one that I think I've used the last 3 years, and people are getting tired of my music, so I need to put something new together. But you just can't beat live music. So if you are a live music performer out there and you want to drop into the market for an hour and play, be sure and reach out to me, because there's nothing beats live music.
So now if someone wants more information about vendors, since you said that, or playing at the market or something like that, what's the best way to get a hold of you, Brad?
Yeah, if you go to the CheweelaFarmersMarket.com website, and my name and phone number are in various places. I don't think there's a music section there, so it'd be a reach out to me. And you can also, there's an email, info@CheweelaFarmersMarket.com, that you can send me an email and we can start that conversation.
And Mike, I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know it. Well,
What were you going to say?
Well, at my age, I got to think about it. No, I was going to ask Brad, when you set up a musician, do you use your PA system?
Yeah, that was an investment we made last year, and it was kind of inspired by the Performing Arts Center. They had this little portable, yet amazingly powerful and good sounding sound system. Has an actual mixing board. You can, I think, get up to like 4 or 6 channels on it. And then we invested in one of those really good, is it Shure microphones? What is it, the 108 or 109? It's the one that's been used for years and years by performers. And so we invested in that. So we do have a really good sound system there where we mic folks up. And this coming Friday then, with Mo and his violin, yeah, I plan on having him well mic'd up so that music goes throughout the park.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Have we missed anything that you really wanted to get out today and share with people?
No, I guess, being a member of the creative district, I'd like to plug, I know Mike probably talks about it quite a bit, but to plug that and all the activities going on. Tomorrow evening, we have another creative gathering for artists and creatives throughout the region. Mike, remind me of where that's at tomorrow.
It's at the Huff Cultural Center.
Okay.
14 East Main.
Yep, right on the corner of 3rd and Main there in downtown Cheweela. And 6 o'clock starts up, and always great conversations and interesting people. So if you're a creative in the area and you're curious about the creative district and how you can contribute or be a part, reach out or show up for that creative gathering. It's very informal, just folks sitting around chatting and about everything Cheweela and how can we make this area more beautiful and appealing.
All right, you're doing a great job, Brad, and we can tell for sure that you're very enthusiastic about our local farmers market, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, and I appreciate your enthusiasm too, because I know you guys have always been great supporters over the years, and I miss seeing you walking in the aisleways there at the market. And when you come back to visit, make sure you drop in and say hi.
I will. And it is one of the wonderful parts of Chewelah, the many wonderful parts of Chewelah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Brad Schaefer will give him another round of applause. And then one more time, the website address for folks.
ChewelaFarmersMarket.com. No apostrophes, no periods, just a string of letters.
All right. Thank you very much. Once again, Brad Schaefer. And Brad, you are welcome. We're going to wrap up the show with that goofy stuff we do called Odd News. You're welcome to set in on it or bail out on it. But if nobody else, Mike, if you don't have any other questions for Brad, we're going to move along.
No, I'm good. Just thanks for all the hard work.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, I might head back to work now. So we'll see.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. Once again, Brad Schaefer. There you go. And here we go.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your Odd News on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Aha! And we always start off with a news attack where the first part is true and the second part is an attempt at a bad joke. And I'm going to change things up today because I really, really want to do the first one. Okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go with the news attack. Study found that when kissing, most people lean to the right. So is it strange that I lean back, Mike?
Ew. It is strange, but who? It's you. You are strange.
And Michelle, you're up next.
All right. A transformer at the Hoover Dam caught fire and exploded Tuesday morning and was brought under control in about a half an hour. Oh, no. We've just given Michael Bay an idea for another movie.
Stop him. Stop him.
Now, don't let him, Gunna.
And Mike.
Oh, of course. You give me this one.
Of course.
The stock market was up Tuesday after more companies reported better than expected earnings.
Yes.
Always a good thing.
Uh-huh.
All right. Gosh, it feels so good to know that an extra 12% I've been paying for stuff this year is helping the CEOs get their well-deserved bonuses.
Oh, isn't that true? It's so sad.
Yeah.
Well, there's an old thing that says, so goes earnings, so goes prices.
Yep. Kind of along the same vein there, lack of rain in many parts of the country is really serious. Just as long as it doesn't affect the Cheetos crop, Americans will be just fine.
Have you ever seen a Cheeto plant?
Yes, they're beautiful.
What kind of flower does it have?
They grow up out of the ground and look like cheesy fingers.
That's creepy.
Well, I'm going to go out and harvest some fingers.
Yeah. Cheetos.
Back to you, Michelle.
All right. Researchers say they know why rain showers have a distinctive smell. But still, they can't explain the same about your great Uncle Herman.
I wish he smelled like ozone.
Hey, you know that summer's in full swing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's a backyard barbecue tip. If you notice people spreading sunblock on their burgers, you're cooking them a little bit too long. That's pretty lame.
Just wait till it peels. It'll be fine.
Scientists say big tortoises are smarter than they first thought. In fact, there's one appearing on Jeopardy next week.
Well, yeah.
All right, Michelle.
All right. A judge just ruled that Twitter's lawsuit against Elon Musk over their $44 billion acquisition agreement should go to trial. For those of you battling insomnia, get ready to tune in this October.
Yeah, probably not going to be as much fun as Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. It's just a guess. And on to the world of wacky but true. We don't add any jokes to these because it's totally self-contained lunacy. And Mike taking off with the first one and a little story about hairspray.
Oh, yeah. Police in Italy say two men tried to disable an alarm system at a jewelry store by using hairspray. so they could see the alarm beam.
Ooh.
Ooh. See, I would have just thrown out flour.
Oh, that's good too.
And it ended up tripping the alarm. The men say they saw that trick on a TV show.
You are an idiot.
All right, fun one for you, Michelle.
Oh, I think that's my favorite sound effect so far.
You like that one, huh?
Oh,
I could see that being played in several places throughout the show.
Like here in Florida, where a family visiting Cape Coral for the week witnessed multiple naked men in the pool area of the home across the canal from their vacation home. The family had 6 kids between the ages of 4 and 14 years old in the pool when they first noticed it on Monday. After a couple of days of seeing a naked man across the canal, they called the cops who visited the home. A woman who answered the door said they were visiting from Switzerland and they didn't know being naked in the pool area of the home was considered indecent exposure in Florida. Public nudity is legal in most of Switzerland, with a few exceptions.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That saved me a lot of legal battles.
We now know where Scott's buying his next vacation home.
Uh-huh.
That's right. Now we'll know where he's going to go catfishing.
Yeah. And this is what people will say.
I've got images in my brain I'll never get out.
All right. Hey, why do I get the long one?
You wanted it that way. One.
Well, it is hot dog day, so this goes along with it pretty good. During a police standoff in Rhode Island last week, the suspect and his spouse got 3 hot wieners. According to a Providence Journal, a woman named Rachel Lombardi was assaulted in her home by an acquaintance. Police say the fight was allegedly caused by a drug incident. Lombardi's husband, Gino Rotundo. Does that mean he's fat? Sorry. Returned home and called up the alleged assaulting acquaintance, asking him to come back to the house that afternoon so they could talk it out. When he arrived, Rotundo took out an AR-15 and shot a single bullet at him. That's not nice at all. No person or no object was hit by the bullet, but someone did call the police about a gunshot, and Rotundo barricaded himself and his wife inside the house. Approximately 4 hours into the standoff, the negotiation reached a standstill, with Rotundo refusing to talk to police. Then around 9, a call said the occupants were hungry and would exit the house peacefully if they got some food. They ordered 3 hot dogs and a pizza from a local restaurant, and it was delivered. Rotundo and Lombardi got their dogs delivered, but refused to come out of the house still. That's not fair.
Right.
Police shut down the electricity and their internet during the night, and Rotundo and Lombardi surrendered peacefully the next morning. Oh, that's the trick? Really? Shut off their electricity and their internet.
And their internet. The entertainment went away.
If you want...
And I want to play my hot dog sound effect again. Hold on.
You mind if I have a bite of your hot dog?
And I also pulled this out for the cops, having to deal with this.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
And then this one, just because it's a funny word.
Do the words complete wiener mean anything to you?
Yeah. I got them all in. All right, we're back to, I think it's Michelle.
You want to get to this generation, you just take away their internet.
That's right.
There's
Can't watch themselves anymore.
Yeah, there's nothing to do now.
Can't see myself on TV.
Okay, well, back to out of the screen world. A woman who found a bear climbing on the back deck of her North Carolina vacation home used her teacher voice to chase the animal away. Debbie Tomlinson, who used to be a teacher in South Carolina, said her husband alerted her to a bear climbing on the back deck of her vacation condo. Tomlinson's video of the encounter shows her talking to the bear through a window, telling it to leave. She tells it, "What do you think you are doing on my porch? You get up. Go, go. How dare you?" She said she used her teacher voice to show the bear she meant business.
Ooh. And today's Facebook, YouTube, website bonus. If you're watching online for the video feed, here's that bear.
Get down from there. Get down from there. Right now. Go, 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 go. You get down from my porch right now. Go. Go.
Look at him
What do you
climb.
think you're doing on my porch? You get down. Go. Go. How dare you? Go.
Telling you, they're getting smarter.
Did you see him shimmy down that like fire pole on the side of it, like a fireman? Man, that was amazing. 2 stories that he went down. So very, very cool. And she does have a teacher's voice. That woman scared me.
He's like, oh, I'm going to get detention.
Say, Michelle's got a teacher's voice.
She kind of does. Oh, I hope I never make
We
her
ought to be
mad.
scared.
I had a similar experience last night with a skunk in my garden. You got to be careful not to yell at them too much, though, because they fire back, literally. Or backfire. Maybe that's
Or backfire. So who won?
Oh, I did.
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
Hope it didn't involve firearms.
No, it did not. It did not. Not this time.
So now we got this new headline. Michelle, skunk exterminator.
Oh, great.
Don't
Don't call me for that job. Don't.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now you're going to force me to talk about cows.
Oh yeah, this is a beautiful story. I get to play my favorite sound effect.
I know it. Okay, all right. Well, traffic on the Florida Turnpike stopped moving for several hours Monday after a cattle hauler caught fire and dozens of cows blocked the roadway. Beef on a stick. Anyway, the hauler's semi-cab began to catch fire shortly before noon south of Orlando. The driver pulled the truck over up the turnpike outside shoulder and opened the cattle trailer door, allowing about 70 cows to escape the smoke and flames.
Wow.
Yeah, that was nice of him. Okay. The local fire department responded and extinguished the fire. No injuries were reported. The cattle hauler was towed from the scene, and traffic was diverted for nearly 4 hours as officials dealt with the fire and rounded up the cows.
Right. I have some more live footage.
It's Apocalypse Cow.
Arthur, evil is afoot and hoofing it with dark gusto. Let's go.
I would not go out there, my little friend. Apocalypse Cow is 50 feet tall. She shoots fire from her teats.
Quickly jump! There's fire everywhere!
Now you know how it happened.
So isn't there a famous cow in North Dakota?
There is. It is it is the only roadside attraction. I've been through North Dakota. I'd always just stopped at Bismarck, but coming here, I had to go through the rest of the state. So I have traversed the state of North Dakota. There is there's 2 things to stop and see. One of them you probably don't want to. And the one is the world's largest cow. And somewhere on my Facebook page, if we're Facebook friends, there should be a picture of me underneath the cow trying to get a drink of milk from its giant udder. Just saying. Something I did. Now, there's one other thing. On the would be the westbound side of the freeway. It's like right after you come out of Montana. There is a farm, and in the corner of the field that comes up to the highway, there are several metallic dinosaurs, all right, maybe about 8 to 12 feet high. Behind the dinosaurs is a giant metal baby in a diaper.
Why?
Why?
It's North Dakota.
You didn't stop and ask?
No, I just kept driving.
He's like, nope, don't want to know.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs
So
are cool.
he'd show up in the zombie mobile and they think they're coming to take us home.
Yeah, it's definitely quite the sight. It makes me want to play the yak scream. Which I imagine is the same sound Michelle made at the skunk.
Yeah. That's the sound I made inside. Yes, I made that sound inside. Not in my soul, but somewhere next to it.
Oh, well, it is 9:00. We better run. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching online. We had a lot of people log in and check in today. We love that. So thanks to you, YouTube and Facebook listeners. And, of course, thanks to everybody that listens to the radio and all the businesses in Chihuahua that play that in their businesses as well. We really appreciate the support. It is Northern Lights Public Radio. I'm Scott. Who are you guys?
I'm Mike.
Pauly Shore.
And Pauly Shore.
And Pauly Shore.
And Pauly Shore. Well, at least Pauly Short.
Yeah, definitely that.
All right, have a great day.
This concludes the broadcast from World Control.
Bye, guys.